it's one of these online It said that the banks are close to...
Okay.
We need a government immediately, a government which is credible, meets the expectations of the Lebanese people, can work with all the stakeholders in the country, the international community, to really take these 5 areas of reforms forward. Time is of essence, because every single day Lebanon is losing the confidence of international community, businesses, investors, and its own people. And I think given the scale of social and economic impact in terms of economic losses, increasing poverty, increasing unemployment, I think it would be extremely important that we have a government within a week to prevent further degradation of the Lebanese economy and the confidence in the Lebanese economy. Because of the numbers that I was giving you, the economic side and the social side, both sides, it looks it is extremely important that the government launches a very comprehensive program. And electricity reform will be one, but let me list 5 areas where I think the government would really need to focus as soon as the government is in office. First, I think it is extremely important to address the growing external imbalances. Lebanon has had problems with the balance of payments for quite some time. So I think it is extremely important that we focus on external imbalances. The second is on restoring stability in the banking sector, which I just said is one of the mainstay of the Lebanese economy. The third is to focus on addressing the social inequities. The inequality is one of the highest in Lebanon, the third country in terms of the levels of inequality. So it is extremely important that we focus on the poor and the middle class, and we have safety nets program that really takes care of poor people, young people who are unemployed, looking for opportunities. The fourth would be essentially to focus on reforms that can bring growth back to the country, because ultimately economy has to grow for jobs to be created. And this is where electricity reform becomes important, apart from many other reforms that Lebanon will have to undertake. And the fifth, but the most important one in my opinion, is the one to focus on good governance. Because bringing more transparency, more accountability, a judicial system that really works for everyone, delivers justice as per the rule of law, is something that people on the streets are also demanding. So these 5 reforms are extremely critical. The new government will have to move very quickly into all these 5 areas.
$86 billion, 150% of the GDP. There have been...
The losses are enormous. There are some losses you can measure. There are many which you cannot. I think what this has done to Lebanese economy is that, you know, the mainstay of the Lebanese economy is the banking sector. And with downgrading of several banks, Lebanese banks, and downgrading of the Lebanese economy itself, it shows that the confidence in the Lebanese economy is very sharply declining. And it presents itself as a challenge to the Lebanese political leadership to really form the government as soon as possible so that you can restore the confidence. Our estimates before the protest started was that Lebanon was already in recession. We were projecting 0.2% negative growth in the Lebanese economy. Our latest estimates would suggest that the contraction in the Lebanese economy could be of the order of 1% of the GDP, which is quite substantial. This would almost mean $600 to $700 million of losses, economic losses, every day. Disturbing.
Yeah.
Things are happening at a very...
If there's a government within a week, first of all, it will send very positive signals to everyone, to the market, to the investors, to the international community. But it is important that we have a credible government which is very committed to bold reforms, a government which is very committed to implementation, because Lebanon doesn't really lack laws and regulations. I think Lebanon's challenge has often been implementation. So I think it is important to make sure that whatever is decided, it is implemented. and there remains a kind of a consensus to continue implementing those good reforms. I mean, for example, this whole parallel exchange rate, 1800, 1850.